buildings. Cairo was a thriving metropolis roughly at the same time of Egypt's Great Pyramid was being built. So now, what it's telling you is that it is definitely older than Egypt because when Egypt was building their first pyramid, Cairo was already a thriving metropolis. Okay, so that's something that we got to understand. We was already implementing certain things that Africa and African cultures hasn't even been able to reach today, such as agriculture and irrigation in desert areas. Okay, so that's one thing I want to break down to you guys. So, uh, hey, one, you got something to say, brother? Peace. Good to have you with us. Unconscious one. Might have stepped away for a second. But yeah, man. So,
No, I'm right here. Um, peace to brothers on the chat. Who that? Kurimeo?
yeah, it's the brother
Yeah,
Corey Mayo.
peace, peace.
I mean, damn, I don't know why I'm pronouncing always Kurimeo, but Cormeo. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, it's all good, man. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking,
No,
man.
no doubt, bro. But this, like I said, peace AP as well. Um, like the brother said, I honestly believe that Mesopotamia. Now I'm starting to understand it's a throw off because they don't want you to know that hair is older than Mesopotamia. Now what do we get from Mesopotamia? Mesopotamia is where Jerusalem and all that is supposed to be at, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
near the
Well, yeah, that's what they said the cradle of life was the Levant area.
Okay.
Uh,
yeah
you
Babylon,
know,
all that.
yeah,
So now,
Abraham.
when you get when Rocks Crowd by Horace Butler tell you that Jerusalem was over here.
Yep.
So that's the reason why they tell you Peru is over there to throw you off. See, they don't want you to know that America is older than. Listen, Mesopotamia is a fucking throw off. Peru is older
Yeah.
than all of them so-called all of these cities because if they're telling you now, let me just share something real quick. Let me see. And this is
Yeah.
actually what I got from you brothers. Let me just show y'all something. The mummification process, period. If the mummification process started in the Americas, right? So that tells you right then and there that they're flim flam and everything. So now, this is the article I read the other day that I was telling you about. Um, if when it loads up, let's give it 1 second. All right, so this, some people would consider this to be pseudo, but we got other resources to kind of back the kind of to substantiate what we being told here, right? So right here, so it says skeptics of this pack explanation has spent many decades compiling a truly vast collection of clues to the contrary, particularly concerning pre-Columbian connection with the pharaonic Egypt. Among these proofs are hundreds, at least, of ancient Nile data mummies featuring trace residue of cocaine, a plant never grown outside of South America. Okay, so now when we go here, this is the Encyclopedia of the American Indian Contribution to the World, 15,000 years of innovation, inventions, and innovations. Shout out to you brothers for bringing this to the forefront, right? So we go right here, mummies, 5,000 BC. Okay, so as we know, 5,000 BC, if they telling you 5,000 BC, we add 2018 onto that, and that give us 7,818 years. So now it's saying mummies are dead bodies that have been embalmed. See, embalming. It's saying wrapped with layer of fabric in order to preserve them. Although the ancient Egyptians are best known mummy makers, the ancient control who is now Chile, is they made mummies around 5,000 BC. The Egyptians are believed to have begun mummifying bodies about the time of the first dynasty in about 31,000 BC. Now, I ain't telling you 31,000 BC, so this dates that by at least 1,900 years. In addition, the mummifying, mummifying adults and children, the chinchurro is say also mummified. What's that? Fetus, and embryos. The mock, the motts. It say who culture flourished in the Andine region of South America from about 200 BC to 600 AD. Made mummies as well. Now, as we keep on reading this, matter of fact, let me just go for it. It's they well wrapping them an exquisitely woven burial cloth. Say, see, also woven technique. The Mayans, who culture flourished in Mesoamerica from about 1500 BC to about 1500 AD, also mummified human remains. A practice that was closely tied to their religion belief. Although the Mayans had no contact with the people of Egypt, their burial practices was remarkably similar. The mummies of the Maya rulers, and entombed in pyramids, which contain false chambers similar to those in Egypt pyramids. It say goods and servants were buried with them. It say for their trip to the spirit world. Now check this out. Now I say their trip to the spirit world, right? And when I read the when we was reading the thing about Tennessee, it was saying that the people in Tennessee and also the people in South America did the same thing. When the so-called chiefs died, their so-called security killed themselves too to basically assist them into the spiritual world. Now all this shit is happening here once you understand. Because if they telling you this is 5000 BC and they telling you that what dynasty was that? The first dynasty around 3100 BC. So 3100 BC, 2018, that's 5118 years ago. All right, so the process that happened with rule at least it dates that by at least 1900 years or 1800 or some 17 and some change. So when you throw factor all this in, a lot of people didn't know about Karu, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people still don't know about it. And the ones who do, when you do bring this up, they don't want to talk about this. They don't want to talk about this. Because now you're gonna start picking people. Now you're gonna start picking people beliefs off, and all these Egyptologists and all these Afrocentric brothers, they're gonna start having to bow out to our information. So they don't want to talk about Kuru. They sit there and like I said, if you giving this in a room full of people, they're gonna start understanding. Like, hold up, man, I thought Egypt was first, right? So you telling me that America? Common sense gonna tell you that America was first. So I just wanted to add that to it, man.
Cool, cool.
Because a lot of people don't even when you
Nah, you
dealing with
you absolutely. My bad. I think it's
no,
echo.
my bad. No, go ahead. You can hear me? All
Yeah,
right.
you good. We good. We good.
Even when you dealing with Ruth Shady and her works, there's another gentleman. I can't think of it right now. I gotta actually pull the articles that I got up or whatever though. But there's another brother, and then you got the Dean Coaches. Now, when I first researched this, the first article that I found was this one right here. And let me see, let me pull this one up. And jokers was riding me because they was like, "Oh, this is whatever." But understand this: when you do research, this shit could be inside of a comic book, but it has to have a source or who they heard it from. You know what I'm saying? Unless they just you know what I'm saying, covering the story. But if it's gonna have a story to go along with it, like it says right here, before it knew. Now people, oh, this is pseudo. But guess what? I got 8 other articles that substantiate this. All right. And I say Peruvian pyramids older than Egypt civilization rivals It's saying age around 12,000 years ago. Now, check this out. Now, even when you go down here, let me see something. Does it give you dates, man? That's why I like to kind of use this because it give you an understanding. Let me see. All right, right here. So right here, it says the finding confirms that Peru is the oldest civilizations in the Americas and one of the four oldest high culture of the world, according to the historian Victor Kalan or Rimino. It say as we can see in the table below, ancient civilization. Now check this out. Now they go one source right there. Victor Cologne. You can definitely use him as a source. And then as you go down, you'll find other sources. The Adena culture is another source. But when it says Mesopotamia 3500 BC, right? Let me click this off. So it say right here, Mesopotamia 3500 BC. Now we just told you that we don't even believe that Mesopotamia exists because they trying to actually throw off these give credit to these other, or if
Yeah.
it did, if it do though, right? It might we know it's definitely younger than Peru because they trying to make it seem like just think about it. Just think
The,
about it
the,
like
the,
this. Now what?
I was just gonna say. I mean, the thing is, we have fossilized corn here that old, 4,000, 5,000 year old fossilized corn in Caral Supe. That is the key to civilization, agriculture. They don't have that over there. Where is their process of civilization? Where is the whole process of that? You know what I mean? That it's a duplicate. It's just we had a Mesopotamia here. There's a Mesopotamia in Argentina.
Ah, see there you have it. Now check this out. Now the agriculture here go back. You said 4,000. I done seen stuff go back further than that.
Yep.
Maybe even 14,000
In Peru,
domesticating vegetables.
yes,
Yeah, but
yes. In Peru,
in accordance to like evidence though, like fossilized, at least we can go, according to their carbon date, they admit, 4,000 BC, 5,000 BC fossilized corn. Of course, it takes years to get what you were saying, domesticate from simple teosinte, the plant that they domesticated corn from, and that takes a whole
Right.
science.
That's a genetic. What is what we would call genetic modification. So they
Yep.
was already working on uh, lower implement forms of gene slicing, so to speak, with vegetables.
Yeah.
yeah. See, that's the whole thing, man. Like I said, when like a lot of people, man, once they start seeing this evidence, man, they gonna start. People be stalling. People be ducking. They don't want to hear this information, man. They can sit here. Oh, this is the pseudo. Okay, all right. So this is pseudo. Okay, no problem. I got 5 or 6 other articles that's going to tell you, and they going to go on a little bit more in depth. You understand what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna front with being as though we talking about Peru. The pyramid in Brazil is supposed to be older than the one in Peru.
Right.
Now I don't
I
know.
mean,
Likely.
I mean, just to specify things about corral, I'm gonna go down here to where it says right here. It says in American Indian Encyclopedia, American builders began constructing their structures several hundred years before the pyramids in Egypt. And this is all backed
Mhm,
up by the National Archives and Consensus. And this is talking about the
mhm,
exact city that we're talking about, right? The city Corral.
Yep.
It's just
mhm.
that simple. We got to understand what we
Yeah.
dealing with, and we ain't even got to talking about the complex road systems that made the Roman
Yeah.
trails look like cakewalks.
They're still
You see
standing.
what I'm
Yeah. The roads,
so,
they still use them.
And you ain't
right?
supposed to know that though. You're not supposed to know that though. They not,
Yeah.
and they see that's the whole thing. You're not supposed to know that. And then they put that in a encyclopedia with sources. You understand what I'm saying? So now, like you said, anybody with any common sense is going to be, hold up, man. We've been running around here talking about Egypt all this damn time, and you telling me right here in America that this is older?
Yeah.
Hold up, man.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna throw you off.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're gonna really have to go back and really look up and do your research over again, bro. Because now what you're being told is you have people who actually done did field work. This supposed to be a new world. It's the new world to them, but it's the old world to us, and it's the old world according to the structures and the civilizations that was here. Now, I'm still myself trying to figure out how did they get
Yeah, man.
cocaine leaves in Egypt, unless understand this too, right? Unless they telling us that Egypt might not be in the place they telling us is at, bro. It might be a lot closer to where we at. We don't
Right.
know
Yeah,
where the fuck
ancient,
Egypt
an- I mean, ancient
is
Egypt,
for
the
all we know.
term, I mean, Egyptians called Egypt Tamer,
Marie, the
yeah,
Marie. That's
that's beloved land. And then we got the Tamarikans or the Tamarik, that's over here, and you can find that in ancient
right.
maps over here of the Indians. And
How
so
do
so
you how do you how do you spell it? You spell it with T hyphen MO or MA? Because I found it T hyphen MARACO or something to that. It's spelled just like Morocco. It just got you could where you put the O's at. You it's A's in it. You could just take AIOU, and they're interchangeable. They're not interchangeable according to our language or according
yeah.
to if you studying it from Hebrew, they're not. But according to English, they're interchangeable.
Yeah, so I mean, ancient Egypt was not just one place like what we think. They had two kingdoms, and it was just vast city-states. It wasn't just like one specific place. It was spread throughout the Americas, what they call ancient Egypt or Atlantis. And when you look at the etymology of Egypt, it's going to bring you to Kemet. And then when you look at the etymology of Kemet, you're going to read rich black soil or rich delta soil. And we have basically the richest soil on the earth. Again, remind everybody 600 out of 640 food crops in Africa are of American origin. And corn is the number one, crop in the world. We got the cassava,
Right. And
and
not only that, Guatemala created something that we call super mud. It's documented. The mud was so rich and strong between the minerals that was mixed with some of the
in
clay
Brazil.
runoff
Yep.
in Brazil and Guatemala and El Mirador that we now see that all the 60,000 structure has been covered up due to the super mud that was left and abandoned there.
Yes.
Cornmeal.
Which
Yes.
No, I was going to ask. All right, so you saying that out of the 600 food sources, they originate.
Yes, they have 640 in Africa, right? Food crops, and out of those 640, 600 originate in America. They're of American origin. That's
Bro, I
I got that from the American Past Encyclopedia.
hmm. No, I believe you. I mean, shit, I believe that. And like I said, bro, we don't we honestly real talk. Unless you really travel, unless you can fly a plane on your own, and you know how far it is from here where we leaving until we go to Egypt. We don't know if Egypt is even where they saying is at. We don't even know if these maps is correct, man. You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying? Because like even when you look at this, let's take an example, right? Of the Philippines, right? Now I was told I don't know. Have you ever heard this story or whatever? 'Cause I know you well versed with Central and South America, right? Have you ever heard that the Philippines was a people that they was the ancestors of the Chi and the Olmecs. So when the Chinese explorers came to what we call Mayan land, or like I said, right there in Central South America, they said that some of them mixed with the Olmecs. Now they said that because these people were practicing these sacrifices, that they banded them. I mean that they kicked them off the land and sent them to the island of Philippines. The island of the Philippines. Have you ever heard that before?
Well, yeah. A lot of the correlation. There's a lot of correlation to the whole, South Pacific Islanders, Samoans and Hawaiians to relating to America. I know one of my followers commented he's Samoan. He was telling me about his history, how they can trace it back to the I believe the Arawaks or Taínos in the Caribbean. So I wouldn't doubt, that Americans they're American because I believe that was all connected. That what they call
But do you know
Lemuria.
how far that is, bro? looking at my map right now. I'm looking at my map right now. So you know how far we think that, well, actually from Brazil to maybe the tip of Africa is really not that far if you really look at it.
Somebody just said that the maps are wrong and Africa is higher than Europe.
I believe
Yeah,
it, and it's
yeah,
upside down too.
yeah. They're
It's
flipped.
upside
You know,
down. That's right.
we if anybody has watched or follows UB News, he broke down how the compass, the compass and all that, and you got to try to understand. That's what they did. They flipped our orientation and perspective. That's why everybody's
Right,
confused. They keep you in a state of confusion. That way you don't vibrate high. You're always vibrating low, and you ain't receiving the information because people keep spinning on the ball and looking the other way, and looking the opposite way and backwards. That's how they do it. They create dead ends.
right.
And
And
I wanted
shout
today.
out, brother.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was
Real
just gonna
quick,
say
just to
shout out.
touch on that.
I was gonna say shout out to the brother Con Drop, man, for bringing that vibration frequency and explaining what the 423 hertz is, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Real quick, just to add to that, right? So now, if you look at Africa, right? So now, if you flip Africa upside down and turn it around, Egypt, or what we consider to be Egypt, will be pointing towards the Americas. You know what I'm saying? But then you have
Yeah.
to now you or check this shit out. It will be on the other side. It will be on the, I don't know. It's kind of confusing. It's kind of confusing when you look at it, man. Because like if we flip Africa upside down, Egypt will be pointing out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but the way we get it, that Egypt is connected to Russia and with Italy and right there. It's connected to Europe on that end. But if you really look at it, like I said, it has to be closer, man, because the island of Philippines is very far, bro. Fucking Hawaii, man. Hawaii's in the middle of nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? And if you look at Hawaii on the map, Hawaii is far as hell, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So now you look at Hawaii, and then you look at the rest of the countries. Like we start talking about the South Pacific Island and all of the other islands that's out there. That's far away, man. Now we know I got this article that's called "Bananas in America," right? And they basically talks about that the same bananas is in the South Pacific Islands as well as they say they got some of them. I'm thinking of the African country. I can't think of it right now, but nonetheless, though, they give reference to how these islanders have boats with like almost 50 men, and they all paddling at one time. So I mean, like I said, it's a lot of stuff, man. We really ain't gonna be able to unravel like that, man. But it's a
Right.
lot, bro. It's definitely a lot, though. But I'll
Yeah.
mute my mic, bro, my brother.
Yeah.
No,
I
you
mean,
good.
yeah, it's. Oh, what's up, Chief?
Hey,
Peace,
peace,
Chief.
Peace,
peace,
chief, chief.
It's
peace,
always a
Faye.
pleasure to have you
How
on
you
the
doing,
panel,
man?
brother. Good to
Yeah.
see you.
I
Hey,
just
man. Thank
I
God
just want to
for
always bring it grounded, like ground people foundationally, because when we talk about like Peru and South America, Brazil and pyramids, and then you talking about Lucia, right? The oldest bones found that's in Brazil. And it's funny, right? Because most of you probably already know, or you do not know, they recently burned down. They burned down straight up the museum in Brazil that had the bones, the supposed.
Wow, that's fucked up, yo.
Wait a
They,
minute.
I
So
mean,
Luzia
Wow.
was in that museum, bro?
yeah, exactly.
Oh, not
You know
only
what?
that,
I was
they
kidding.
said
When I first saw the
That's
they
crazy.
fire,
said
Hey.
I was like, I bet you Lucia was in there. I didn't know at the time, so
Wow,
I
that's
went and
fucked up.
researched. I went and researched it, and that's their main exhibit. That was their main exhibit. And museums are built to withstand fire and all that to preserve. That's just another 9/11. This is just another
Okay.
inside job. You know what I mean? And they took out the fossils before they burned it.
and not only that, they said they had that museum in particular had a hold of some of the world's oldest
Yep.
archaeology.
Yep.
artifact
Wow, these
in the world.
motherfuckers, man. God damn, yo, these motherfuckers gotta be stopped,
So
man. I swear to
what
God,
they doing is if they had a chance and kill us twice, which what that's what they just did to Lucia. They killed her, she died, and they killed her again
yeah,
by taking away this history away from us to be able to
these
study
motherfuckers is
generations
diabolical,
ahead.
man. This shit is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Man, this shit
That's
ridiculous, man. That's damn, that shit is
that.
hurt it, bro.
I want. That's what I want people to see how real it is, man. This is real. We're getting so close. This is what they're doing. They're going to extreme measures just so
It
you don't
says
like
20
10
million
years.
artifacts. Damn.
Yeah. 20 million artifacts.
Ooh,
Who knows what else
God.
was in there, man?
Man, that shit hurt, bro. Who knows what else was exactly, bro? And if they found one, that ain't the only fucking skulls they found, bro. Cause like I told you, them
Yeah.
them pyramids is made out of seashells, the ones that's in Brazil.
Yeah. A
And
lot of them. Yep.
they said they pulled structures out of there, bro. Because
Yep.
we was building mounds everywhere. You got mounds in West Africa. I mean, I'm sorry, not West Africa. In the West Indies as well. The Arawaks built it mounds too.
Yo,
Yep.
that's messed up,
Right.
man. Killed Auntie Lucia.
Fucked up.
Yeah. They killed it, man.
Fucking
Dang,
bad.
y'all is some
That shit
ill.
hurt.
So they know, 10 years go by, people forget about it, then there's nothing to trace back, and or they have it hidden. They probably stored it up somewhere, but they definitely, they're hiding it. They got rid of the whole fucking place. That's how they do it. You want to go visit? Nah, now you can't. They probably had the exhibit closed, and people be like, "How come you guys don't pull out the exhibit?" And then they're like, "Ah, fuck, we
Right.
just burned down the
They
place,
just
man."
try to take away everything from us, man. And it's just like, I was looking doing some reading the other night, and I ran across the pyramid of Cuckoo Cow, and they call it the Russian Doll Pyramid because it's three pyramids in one. It's three pyramids in one. It's just like the Russian doll toy. You pull one toy out, it's another one inside of it, and inside that one, there's another one. That's exactly the way that pyramid is built, with three different entranceways to each one of them. So that takes extraordinary architect and science to be able to do a task like that. So and what a fact just could have been the key to our science. And look at how it's just burning as we speak. It's burnt, it's gone, it's ashes. It's just
Yeah,
a remembrance of something that we can't even prove no more. Now we don't have the data. Now we don't have the archaeologist evidence to go to because it has now been burnt to a crisp.
yeah, but we had the documentary. I believe the first Americans, tracking the first Americans. If got people still wanna. So we had the most famous forensic scientist in England, from the University of I forgot which one, Manchester, I think. And he's clearly said in the video that it's clearly a Negro person, not Mongoloid. Like he clearly said not Mongoloid, it's a Negro person. That's Mr. Dr. Richard Neve, University of
Mhm.
Manchester. Yeah, there you go.
It's another one
Mm.
too.
And what was funny is that they just showed a guy sitting at one of the news stations in Brazil, and that guy kind of resembles Lucy. You know what I'm saying? Dark skinned brother you just showed kind of look like Lucy. So it's just showing you that it just the typical phenotype that you seen, man. So this is stuff that we glad that we got to touch on, and we got to preserve some of the evidence in the video before this shit got erased. Because it could have been a chance that we didn't even know this shit existed before we even got a chance to even do videos on it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So at least the brother Corey Mayo got hella footage and hella evidence on it because we know it exists, but now you will never be able to go tangibly look at this thing again.
Damn, them niggas burnt the fucking museum down. These motherfuckers
yeah,
they're diabolical, man. This shit right here, it's like, yo, I'm just serious, man. Like, the more and more we look into it, the more and more, like, even when we was doing the Tennessee bill about the stuff they found in Tennessee, man. Yo, listen, really, and like I tell a lot of people, man, a lot of the history of a lot of the foundings that they made, that they founded, is back in the 1800s. So you want to really look back in the early 1900s for a lot of the stuff that they found, because they're really in it. I mean, they're really not hiding it. They really not being prejudiced neither. You know what I'm saying? Or biased. They really not being biased at that point in time until like the mid 1940s, and when they really started trying to hide shit. And but for them to burn that shit down, man, that shows, bro. Like you said, man, who the fuck would burn a museum down? Fucking
How does it
devils,
burn
man.
down though? No, the thing is, how do you? It's supposed to preserve. They got emergency backup. The architects, the way they build it, you know, so it's intentional.
And
Yeah,
I have
it's
an image.
supposed to be just like a safe, a fireproof safe. That's exactly what it's supposed to be like, the whole building.
vaults, it's
Yeah,
yeah.
I have.
He's supposed to have. Oh, not what?
Yeah, I was gonna say I have an image of a Aboriginal from Costa Rica, and she looks just like Lucy. She got the same features and everything.
Damn, look at that sister right there. God damn, she look just like my aunt, man. Look at this shit,
For real?
man.
Oh,
Word is
hold on.
bond, bro.
Close.
I'm just saying, she look like an African American or so. I'm only saying African American out of just to be saying it. I ain't saying it, you know what I'm saying? Because I know people be like, man, we not Africans. Man, I'm just saying
Yeah,
that, man. Just so you know, bro, she looked just like a sister straight from copper color sister straight from North America, man. Or Caribbeans or any part of this country, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's crazy, bro. God damn. That shit hurt, man. All the research we done did. And the sad part is that they never even took a DNA sample of Lucia. Why wouldn't you take a DNA sample and sample it at least with the Brazilians? Why? Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to unfold and it's going to tell exactly what's going on. So these people are demons and devils, man. You know, they come, they rob, they grave robbers, man. They know that you ain't from this motherfucking land, but you find this shit that's not, it got nothing to do with your ancestry, and then you putting the shit on, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't even telling the whole truth about it. So like,
Yeah,
I don't trust none of them, man. That's why we got brothers like me, you, and the rest of us who do this research in order to really unwind this, man. Because this shit right here, we have amnesia, and we got the worst type of amnesia, man. So
yeah,
what is that, a Jaguar?
Yeah, man, that's a fact.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
even more important with the stuff that we're doing because they're trying to erase history. Not trying, they have erased history and changed it. So for us to try to come back and revise stuff and set the record straight, and then them burning down stuff. So we got to definitely that's a blow, to the movement. But I say this though, we don't need no damn museums to prove who we are. That's
Yeah.
on some stuff.
Yep.
Like y'all some
Yeah.
suckers. Y'all need a
Who
museum
knows
to
what they
prove who
had
you
in
are.
it though? You heard me though, but just for this saying, like, because I'm quite sure if we'd have went to that museum, man, they probably got a lot of things in it that we could have. Because the one in New York, like I've been to the American not the Mo, I've been to the MoMA too, but the American Museum, I think of a modern day history or whatever. Um, they don't have too much. The only thing that they got in there is the Olmec. As soon as you walk in the Olmec, the first thing you see or whatever. And after everything else is pretty much covered up, man. They're not showing you too much from that point on. They got the preserved body of I think it's a little girl with the braids in her hair or whatever. That's the only thing that they got. Besides that, then they show you like the agriculture. They show you like the different tools that they use. But for the most part, the only thing you see is that Olmec, that big ass Olmec head. Soon you walk in there.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's this some cold shit, bro.
Yeah, that's cold blooded, man. I can't believe that they burnt down this museum like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
God,
it's
Man,
really, it's really go to the extent of burning all of our pyramids.
these
they
motherfuckers, man.
they destroyed temples when they came, man. Pyramids, a lot of them, man. Cortez, it's in all the accounts, man. They destroyed a lot of stuff that they didn't want us to see.
you
We
know,
got here.
But you know what though? They can't hide it, man. The shit is coming back out. It's gonna come and it's gonna come back out full circle, man. And like the same way we sitting up here, we kind of remembering exactly what happened from what our ancestors seen. The same way it's gonna be other finds and other things that's gonna make you remember exactly what's going on. Because like it ain't no this shit is not ironic, bro. We could have still been studying Africa, bro. What made a lot of us even start thinking about the Americas? I know for me, it was they came before Columbus, and I got the Mayan pyramid book over here as well. And when I was looking through that, like I said, and it was brothers like Lex Wood, and even Ali Muhammad, man, it was brothers who just start just putting you or start giving you different clues, and you like, hold up, man, let me look into this, man. Sure enough, man, the shit checks out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Until to the point that where even like you said, we talking about corral. I know we on the subject of corral, man, but no, it's just ridiculous that they burned that shit. Just right there, that shit hurt it, man. You just words behind that shit just hurt it. I don't know what's in there. I ain't from Brazil, never been to Brazil, or none of that shit though. But just for them, we already know it's ill intentions because we know, like you said, most of these museums they got vaults, man. These museums ain't built like no damn fucking
Yeah.
straw house or no fucking house.
Yep.
For you to burn out, you gotta use flammable materials for that shit, man. I ain't just so what the fuck? Somebody threw a cigarette butt on the floor and then burnt. Come on, man. Are you serious? You gotta use flammable. You have to use chemicals for to burn something down like that, bro.
Yep. Exactly.
So
You
that's
see my screen?
I think it went out. Try it again. No, I can't. We can't. I can't see it. You know what? Let me shut mine down. Let me stop sharing mine, and maybe let's see what happens from there. Go back out. Shut your screen down, Kurimeo, and then come right back in. Kurimeo, come and you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Now reshare it again now, because sometimes it does that.
What is it acting up?
Yeah, I mean his logo up
That's
there,
fine.
but
That's fine. You just do it like this.
There you go.
oh, there you go right
There you
there. There
go.
you go.
Boom.
What the hell
So
is
this is
that?
that was a museum too. It says the Brazil Museum fire what was lost. So some items in the collection are irreplaceable to science as well as the country's national memory. You see how this looks, right?
Damn. Wow.
Yeah. And it's talk about Lucia. There you go.
Man. Where
Bigger
where's that where's that Anubis statue? Because like I said, they found another Anubis statue in Haiti, right?
Anubis. Anubis. We found them in Mexico. It's Charlotte.
Okay. They
Anubis
found
over there.
another one in Haiti.
Oh well, because it's from Mexico. It's Charlotte. That's why.
Hmm.
Yeah. It says here David Reich, a geneticist at Harvard Medical School, said he has struggled to think of an appropriate way to understand the destruction of Brazil's National Museum by fire. It's as if the Metropolitan Museum of Art burned down, he said. He was responding to a question about Lucia, one of the oldest examples of human remains in the Americas. It may have been lost in the fire. It may have, you see how they did on Sunday night, and it was certainly damaged. But his reaction was to the extent of the loss, not the specimen itself. Yeah. So
Hmm. And you like I said, they got it. And you mean tell me no one tested? We don't know how many fucking scientists probably tried to test it. And these motherfuckers probably came up missing, or they wouldn't allow them to submit their findings or at least announce what they found or whatever. So, like I said, man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Even with this, closer we get, we still off by a long way. I mean, even though we know,
Right.
we know for the most part, but like I said, there's a lot of things that there's a lot of answers that I'm looking for I can't find, bro. And I've been really turning over every stone But there's a lot of answers, man. That's just like, you know what I'm saying. We got a pretty much understanding to what happened, but for the most part, there's a lot of stuff, man. We still are like clueless
Right.
about, man.
Oh
I
shit! Hey,
mean,
what
yeah, right.
Jaguar?
That's why
Stop the
we
Jaguar Olmec, man. I got something for
and that right.
put in the back chat.
Shout out to the big bro
Shout out to
Jaguar old
Jaguar.
man for
Mhm.
and we gotta look at it with the eyes of like, boom, this is a crime scene. And
Yeah, this is a
now
crime
this is
scene.
a newly inbred crime scene that has we gotta comb through the evidence. Now we
This is
gotta
probably Garfield,
research.
man.
Like what temperature do bones disintegrate? I think I seen that question pop up. So
I
you
think it
know
was
what
Garfield, man.
yeah, Garfield hate Aborigines so much that his little leprechaun ass to sneak through
You
one
said
of
the
them water
temperature.
drains.
You said the temperature of bones. Only thing you got to do is what the cremation process is. They
Yeah,
cremate bones, I believe, at over 1,000 degrees, and it takes. They say it takes like 15 hours, man. That shit ain't no instant thing,
Right.
bro.
Right.
Bones is
So they can't just say the bones was destroyed by the fire
yeah,
because we don't think that fire lasted that long, and it
yeah.
probably didn't get that hot, which it could have got that hot. I'm saying that 9 times out of 10 that it didn't get that hot for long enough to disintegrate and lose the evidence of these bones that we have. So that's I mean we got to look at it like a crime scene. This whole America is a crime scene, and we combing through the evidence, trying to accuse these people, putting them on trial for the atrocities that they did to our people. And that's what we doing with
yeah,
the information by bringing it up to you guys and implementing it to y'all. We showing you the evidence that they try to hide. We're building up the case against these people from
yeah, man. I
genocide.
mean, they straight up torched it though, man. Like it burnt, man. Like the whole building.
Bro, they probably use what's that shit they
Yeah,
said they use for the World Trade Center?
9/11.
Third
Yeah,
third thermite
Jet
third
fuel, goddamn.
nah jet fuel ain't. They said they used thermite or some shit that burns and keep burning and shit. You know, they said they
yeah,
found lava. They found lava running down the canal to the building, man. Lava. How the fuck you get lava from jet
yeah,
fuel? Jet fuel don't burn that long.
yeah.
So damn, these motherfuckers is demons, man. Motherfuckers don't never
Nah,
they don't
man. But yeah, that's why we out here doing God's work. No offense to nobody, but just an expression, man, that we going up and beyond to show y'all this information. What I'm saying, that ain't really privy to us. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give thanks to the brother Kurimeo, to Chief
wait.
Holiday, Conscious One, to Jaguar, and to the rest of the researchers out there. Y'all know exactly who y'all are. So much respect to you, brothers.
That's some
Yeah.
good research, Cornmeal. God damn. Motherfuckers they burnt down a fucking museum. God
Yeah, I seen it.
damn.
I seen it live.
I ain't see that shit, man. I ain't know nothing about that shit,
I
man.
seen it
God
live on
damn.
the news, man. That shit was
What?
sad. It broke my
Yeah,
heart, man. It was live on
yeah,
HLN, man. On CNN, man. It
yeah,
was crazy.
And
man.
anybody
Yeah, I found out it was burned. I was just kidding, but I know how they work, and I was like, man, I bet you Lucia was in there, and that's when the first thing I went look for, and that's what I found, man. I was like, damn, now I
I
know they
mean, most
burned
of
it.
the time when you burn a house down, the and it's a murder, they still find the bones.
Yeah,
You see,
these
you catch my
yeah,
drift. So I mean, if they just really trying to get rid of that evidence, then we know they're lying. We know they lying. You see
damn
what
these
I'm saying? I
God
mean,
damn, bro. Like real
I mean,
talk,
it's
man.
sad, man. That shit hurt my stomach the other day when I seen that. I thought it
Me,
was
man.
like, geez. And then they said they had the world's oldest uh artifacts in that museum. The world's
yeah,
oldest. That's what
yeah.
tripped
There's
me
so many
out.
The
things in there.
world knows how many more skulls they probably got. They probably listen. These motherfuckers probably got a whole room of thousands of skulls, and they give you that one. Bro. If they found one Lucia, I'm quite sure they found at least 100 more, bro. Because this is how they work. This is how they do things. If they show you one, they got at least 100 more, at the minimum, at least 20 more. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all ain't find. So where the other skulls that you done found? I'm quite sure you done found skulls that's older than probably Naya. I mean, probably Lucia. You know what I'm saying? But they're not, like I said, that's why you gotta look at books like Forbidden Archaeology, man. Because you know what I'm saying, they done found so much stuff in Americas, man, to the point that where they ain't trying to tell them, they ain't letting none of this stuff go, man. So shout
Says
out
the
to you
muse-
brothers, man.
it says the museum contained many items of feather works and masks by South American indigenous peoples.
Man, these motherfuckers, man. That shit, damn.
Yeah, man, that's wild.
That shit hurt,
Um,
bro. God.
yo, hey, check that out. App. I put it in the back chat.
I
Yeah, don't
absolutely
share.
will.
Damn,
I
them
ain't seen
motherfuckers,
Mars
man.
yet.
Where did you put it at?
In this back chat, and then I emailed it. No, I don't think I can email it to you too.
Oh,
Hold
the
on, let me
Google
go.
Drive. Is it a book?
No, it's just a picture.
Oh, it ain't let me get it. It ain't let me get it for some reason.
I'm gonna email it to you. Oh yeah,
What picture is? It's all good. Yeah, just send it to me.
yeah.
Or send it to Tanta's one email. I only know how to do all that shit on here.
Damn, yo. I'm still fucked up behind that shit right there because, the more and more they do that, the more and more they going to make it harder. And then, like you said, even if you do try to, like, what I'm saying, get some specimens and get and test at least test any matches of their ancestors. And I'm quite sure they probably already done did it, man. They done probably did that shit so many times already. Because trust and believe, they got matches of that particular specimen, man. Only thing I do is go to a doctor, a hospital. They got DNA evidence in hospitals, man.
Right.
They know,
Yeah.
bro. They know. All
Yeah,
they got to
man.
do is pull up somebody's DNA sample, match it with what they got. They don't even have to get an actual. Only thing they got to do is search. They got databases that'll come up. They put that DNA. They put that the same way how they find a fucking killer. The same way they find a killer, they put the DNA and match the sequence. The sequence got some type of mathematical equation or some type of, you
Yes,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Hmm? Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. God damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
man. It's like,
You say Garfield went down there and did it?
Yeah, man, that
Ah,
was garbage.
he a leprechaun. He's so little he can go in one of them little drain pipes. And,
he took the
you know,
Underground Railroad to it.
Yeah.
took the
Bastard, man.
he
Fucking
took the
bastard.
he took the gerbil trail.
That motherfucker probably climbed through the pipes and everything.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Hey, but look at
Yeah.
this though. This is the picture that the brother wanted to show y'all
No, I didn't want to show
real
that.
quick.
No, I didn't want to show that.
Oh, okay. What was you trying?
Nah, that ain't the show.
Oh, okay. For sure. I'll shoot that to Jag though. I'm gonna shoot that over there to Jag.
I
That's
think
fire.
I sent it to him. He might got it. I don't know, but you can send it too.
What was that? You backtrack?
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't see it back there. What's she saying? I want to see that shit. What you just showed them, Chief?
I'm about to
Well,
put it in there right now.
him the other day.
It's in there. It's in there right now.
You know what? I don't know what the fuck is up with this shit, man. Let me see some control room, Q&As, share screen. Oh, you know what? Let me go on the other one. Man, these motherfuckers that burnt the museum down, yo. God damn, yo. These motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And like you said, the more they get away with it, they're just gonna get crazier and crazier.
Motherfuckers don't know when to stop, man. They don't. They
But
don't.
they've
These
been doing
motherfuckers
that.
gotta. They gotta be stopped, man. These motherfuckers, man. They like this, is like some GI Joe Cobra type shit, man. These motherfuckers gotta be stopped, man. Like real
I
talk, man.
mean, it
Shit
wasn't
they
like a
doing.
little fire though. Like it was like the whole place was on fire, yo. That was crazy.
The
That's
whole
what I'm
building,
saying.
the whole building burned down.
They
That
didn't
doesn't
win
happen. That's
burn like a
museum.
wing. They put it out like they burnt the whole building, yo.
Yep.
Like that much hate in the world, huh? Interesting.
I
Yeah, that
mean,
much.
it's not only hate, man. It's just the point to they don't want us. We in a point where all this information that's ever been around is privy to us. There's never been a time in history from the time mankind been on this planet that information been this so privy to us. You see what I'm saying? So I think they trying to stop that flow or that vibe that we working up. You know what I'm saying? The hertz is going up, man. The frequency.
Man, don't worry about it. When they burn one or two, and four or five more pop up, man. Because I'm quite sure, like I said, then we hell knows what the Smithsonian Institute got, bro.
Yeah.
Hell,
In the
hell
Vatican.
knows what they got. The Vatican, hell knows what
Yeah.
the fuck they got, bro. Hell knows, man.
I
They probably
mean,
got shit.
20 million artifacts. Golly.
Yeah,
Imagine
hell
try to
no.
go through the list.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yo, they said
saying.
there's 20 million artifacts in that.
20 million artifacts, and
Yeah,
also they,
it's a real famous museum. It had some of the most important exhibits, especially with American Native culture down in South America and all that. Yeah, and
and
in the world as well. They had.
that museum had been around for 200 years in that same position, holding
Man,
storing artifacts. So I mean, over 200 years worth of artifacts, some of the world's oldest artifacts, and millions, tens of millions of artifacts, literally gone overnight.
I wonder how many people that went there, man. You said since the 1800s. Shit.
Since
But you
the
know what?
18.
If that building had to be cheap, I mean, they probably. But you know, like you said, they got. Yeah, I mean, shit. From the 1800s, man, the material they probably used, that shit probably went up like probably. But like I said, we don't know. Maybe they might have reinforced it. We don't know. But I tell you one thing now, most of them museums like that, they got vaults, man.
Yeah,
They got
yeah,
vault.
exactly.
Shit, a lot of that, and they probably got sprinkler systems and all that type of shit, man. They probably got all because that shit is worth millions of dollars, bro.
Yeah,
So you
they
think they
preserve.
gonna?
They're made to preserve things. That's what museums are, and they have they when before they build it, they think of all this stuff. Especially if you're an architect, you know this, and they like, yeah, we got to make sure the fire it doesn't spread. If it does, they make sure to control it. It doesn't just happen like that in the whole building.
See,
Just
that's
like
what
a
I'm
building,
saying.
just like 9/11, like you
Yeah,
said. And
yeah,
and
right.
it says here that
Yeah.
in this website. Go ahead.
And they also know they got a contingency plan just in case a bomb go off or something too. They're not gonna have the real
Yep,
things in the damn museum in the first place. So
exactly, exactly. Earthquake, all that stuff.
These niggas is some fucking diabolical fucking devils, man. Y'all, we know y'all listening to us too. You fucking diabolical devils, man. You burnt the fucking museum and shit.
Yeah,
Fucking bastards.
says that the fire has since consumed much of the institute's 20 million items, including Lucia, an 11,500-year-old human fossil and the oldest ever found in the Americas. It's the country's equivalent of having the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., or the National History Museum in London, turned into nothing more than cinders in a matter of hours. Far from containing exhibitions valuable though they may be, it was also a major research institution with renowned experts passing on their knowledge to future generations of aspiring academics. The destruction of the Rio de Janeiro landmark then represents nothing less than a huge blow to the nation's science, culture, and education.
He said hours, man. Are you serious? Wow. Damn. These motherfuckers is crazy, man. That's why you know what? I'm gonna make it my business, man, and start traveling around and start seeing these different you know what I'm saying? Just being as though just looking at things the way we look at it. I'm making my business to start traveling around. I'm ready. Like I said, I've been in museums in New York already. I want to go to the Smithsonian next, man. You know what I'm saying? But we know that the Smithsonian gonna be hot and all. They gonna put out all the bullshit, man. All the real shit is in the back somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. They got their
All the
yeah, they got
real
their
shit.
plane. Yep.
Man, he probably got statues and all types of shit they have found in this country, man.
Man, a lot of the stuff they say there it's from Egypt and stuff, and they got in England and all that. That a lot of the stuff came from here, man.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they
Mm-hmm.
they're straight up lying, man, about everything.
Mm-hmm. Cause they came here first, though. Remember
I'm
that.
about to prove that. I'm about to prove that. I mean, on my next videos, I got all this correlation, man. People think we're just making up things. I mean, it's all here. Trust me.
Oh, we some of them pyramids in South America was covered with gold, man. I heard, man.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? And them niggas done stole everything. And like you said, all the gold came from, ain't no gold come from Africa, motherfucker. The gold came from here. You know, and then like, it's certain places that had different levels of gold. You know, they even though yeah they found gold in Haiti, but the gold that they probably found in Peru and
Yeah.
like Central
From
America,
from Peru to Costa Rica, that whole area, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Venezuela, Panama, and Costa Rica, that's was filled with gold. It still is right now, and that's why Costa Rica is called the rich coast. It's Costa Rica, the rich coast. Columbus, the Indians had so much gold. Like we got gold museums here in San Jose, in the capital. We go and it's just full of gold and stuff, and they took tons of gold from here. The Indians tell when they came into Panama, the Spaniards, that they were going so crazy over the gold, and the Indian chief was like, "What's wrong with these dudes, man? There's so much gold." It's like, if you guys really want gold, go deeper into the woods, into the mountain. There's a mountain full of gold over there, but you gotta go through the other crazy tribes, and they went too. They went too with them as a guide.
yeah, because you know what though? But that go to show you, man. Once you start understanding why colonization existed. Colonization existed because Europe didn't have nothing, so everything was basically trying to find resources, and and like you said, all of this stuff leads back to all these corporations. The reason these states and stuff exist is because of the corporations in order to sell. So the more stuff they find and make useful and make use out of it, the more stuff that they create more companies, man. And like you said, the people who got all the fucking gold, none of this gold is theirs. You ain't no European, ain't no motherfucking gold in Europe, man. So give us back our shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Rothschild, ain't no
The
fucking
damn
gold. You know,
Jesuits, them damn Jesuits came down here and stole all our goddamn Inca and Mayan gold, and they
none of that shit belongs to them. None of it. None of it. None of it belongs to them. None of it, motherfuckers. That's the reason. And then the reason you know that is because when you see the Incas and the Mayans, and even when you see us here in North, gold on the outside of our body, even though we know gold is mineral and something that can be like part of your nourishment, but also understand because remember the gold is part of the soil. And the soil, the gold reads as another type of mineral. It doesn't always read as gold, but it reads as another. It go all into the your how
The,
do you say that?
the,
Like what? What you gonna say?
I was like, can you guys see this image? This is from the Gold Museum in Costa Rica. You look at the features of this person, and you can see like the cornrow, the puffs, and everything, and the large earrings, and this is just one of many examples that that comes out of Costa Rica and all these places. Just gold everywhere. They had so much gold of it. I mean, they're still finding that stuff.
Man, these niggas is devils, man. They find something, motherfucker. How you find something that's on somebody's land? How do you
Yeah, like
how do you find something that's on somebody's land and then take it? So we found it. We dug for it. Nah, a motherfucker should be strung up and hung. Like, nah, you
right. They
ain't
yeah,
should
leaving
take
the
his
country
foot
with that
back.
shit. You ain't leaving
Right.
the
yeah.
We
country.
should snatch their ass by their goddamn foot and
You
hang
ain't from the land.
gas.
That's like a motherfucker come in your house and find something and shit. Imagine a motherfucker come in your house and find a a diamond and shit. Like, oh, this mine. You're like,
I
what? Nigga,
found
you ain't leaving out of here with that. That's mine, motherfucker. You ain't leaving out of here.
right.
But that's
Nah, I found it up under your couch, man. I was digging in your couch cushion and
what?
I found this gold nugget, man.
What?
I
No,
gotta go.
yeah, yeah. And that's the
This is
same thing. See?
This is a
And,
depiction of a American Aboriginal in the Gold Museum. How they used to go with the gold on them and everything.
oh yeah, I
Look
seen
at
that.
him.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah,
He draped up, boy.
Yeah.
bro. Listen, that motherfucker. I bet you he got gold teeth too. And I
Oh yeah.
bet, like I said, we got gold teeth too. But that's the thing, though. We know all of the. We know anybody who's trying to harm, because anything, like you said, they went around the world, and anything that these bastards can find where they can sell and find use. That's how you know these motherfuckers is straight thieves, man.
Right.
Straight thieves, and
And a lot of people don't know what was the properties of wearing gold and copper and silver and quartz and jade. They had their own reasons, man. Like the brother A1 said yesterday when we was building. Like he said, gold adds life to more time to your life, man. It gives you
yeah,
extra time, man.
hmm
And like he said, the silver got an anti-static
yeah.
attribute
Back
to
to
it. So
That's why. Check this out real quick, just to touch on that, right? If you look up the cure gold, I mean, I'm sorry, if you look up the cure AIDS is textura silver. Okay, you know AIDS ain't nothing but an infection, but it's textura silver. Okay, and like I said, that's the reason why they put gold in your mouth and put silver in your mouth. Who the fuck knew? And like I told you, most of you, I'm quite sure, Cormeo, you know, you see them older people that got gold in their mouth. They living to be well over 100 years old, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Living to be well over 100 years old. And then, like I said, they not doing that no more. We not walking
Yeah.
around here
Yeah. That was my
with the
grandfather.
soil. Man, that shit, man. When you really start studying this history, man, like I said, that's why sometimes I gotta take a relax, man, because this shit irks me, man. It irks my soul, bro. To know that you got people here, and then I was watching a video on Marvin Coleman channel today, where he posted a video, and it was a European lady talking about, um, we they always talking about slavery and always talking about these different things and what the Europeans did. She's like, well, I don't have nothing to do with it. So my next question was, well, how did you get to this land? Who told you that this land existed? Number one. Okay, so you learn. Who did you learn it from? Did the so-called Aborigines send you a kite and an invitation to come here? No, you learned this from the rest of the fucking Europeans that was coming here. Who invited them here? So you invited yourself to a land, and now you know you ain't indigenous. And that's the question. Even when you dealing with a lot of these devils, that's the key question you ask them: who invited you here? Because I can pull up records of colonization of how the Europeans came here and was taking the land when the so-called we didn't want them here. They started warring with us taking our land. So if that is the case, then all of you motherfuckers are illegal. All of them. All of them are illegal. You ain't supposed to even be on this land because no one invited you here. No one invited no motherfucking European here. None of them. None of them. And they come here, they dig in the ground for the gold. They dig in the ground for the oil. They take all of the fucking fruits and vegetables and then put patterns on the fucking seeds through Monsanto's and these other demonic ass fucking
Yeah.
companies that's being built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, man, listen, man,
We need
it's
to heal. We need to heal in every way, like each other, the nature, everything, man. We shouldn't be paying for water. We should have clean rivers. We should be able to have water filtration. All that. We shouldn't have to depend on anybody to give us our water or our food and all that. We have to get
mhm,
back to surviving, and that's
mhm.
that's the real.
And that's another thing, though. Oh, no, my bad. Go ahead, bro.
no, go ahead. He said that's the thing, getting back to eating and eating healthy, and that's what the Bible kind of talk about, because that's what it started off with in the Garden of Eden. Not that the Garden of Eden, but the Eating. You see what I'm saying? Of eating
What do we
healthy,
always talk about? What do
nutritious,
we always talk about? What me and you
being
always talk?
healthy.
We always
We talk about
exactly.
eating and healthy, our vegetables. I appreciate you that, because you are. That's what you do, bro. You the nutritionist, man.
But not
I
even
mean,
that though. The nutrients is something that's supposed to be natural, man. Without processed food brings chemicals. You need chemicals to preserve them and chemicals to do certain things. So when we start really looking at it, even a lot of the rivers and, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the lakes and a lot of this stuff, these companies, these corporations then put all types of shit and they didn't fucking put all types of shit inside of our natural lake, fucking dumping fucking shit in
Right.
there. Like come on, man. Like I said, these motherfuckers don't care.
And
That's the
that's what the
reason.
U.S. USDA allows. You know what I mean? They allow rat particles in your canned foods. They
Who
allow
allowing them?
live.
Who allowing them to tell us what the fuck they and that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is that all these motherfucking corporations are all here to benefit for white supremacy. Even we call white supremacy, white inferiority, whatever. These motherfuckers, they all got all the system behind them to where they do what they do. Just like I was reading, it was a brother that got one of these brothers. It was senator. I think he got caught with like $6,000 or some shit, and they sent that nigga to jail. He did something. It came with about $6,000 though. You got motherfucker like McCain and Rob motherfuckers. He done sold uranium and all these other dangerous ass metals to these companies where these babies coming out looking like fucking, man, looking like fucking like laboratory some shit from a fucking nightmare, man. You
I mean,
understand what
that's
I'm
right.
saying?
You're
And
right, man.
they making millions of dollars off this shit, bro. And then you do it, and that's how you know it's a system that's created for them. Because why wouldn't it be a system that's created for them? Because they ain't supposed to be on this land. You ain't supposed to be.
Right,
Nobody invited you here, and that's the key thing that we fail to realize. No one sent them invitations over to Europe to tell them like, oh yeah, you could come in. No, they took it upon themselves to say it's a new world. Ain't nobody tell it's a new world. Okay, go back to your world, but they didn't have shit in their world. And like you
right,
said, when we start talking about genetic survival, if you don't have nutrients, right, and you don't have things over there to where you're going to survive, then what else you going to do? That's the reason why you got World War One, Two, and World War Two, because they was going around the world taking the resources, man. That's the reason why you got King Leopold. When you got, all right, Columbus came here 1492. He was the first Leopold. He was the first one to come here. When you hear Hitler, Hitler learned all the shit from Columbus and from King Leopold. And then we don't, like we said, even when you start talking about, Hitler and all that, Hitler was over there killing killing the indigenous Europeans, man.
right,
He was killing and it was nothing but an ethnic cleanse, man. And the ones that I believe, me personally, the ones that did survive were sent to Africa, bro. Was sent to Africa, man. That's the reason why you got all these different tribes over there always fighting and always warring, because none of them, they all fighting for resources, and they put in places to where there is no resources that's available to them. But meanwhile, the European come here and he just took advantage of every motherfucking thing, man. You ever see one of them fucking movies where, like, the dude, like the European hanging around, and the motherfucker, the person who house it is, like, they starting to get mad at the European, but the European just still smiling like, yeah, man, he's still trying to make himself more welcome to stay in a place in which the people starting to get mad, like, nah, man, y'all gotta go. And then he's still trying to stay around regardless. And that's the shit that happened here on this country. You know what I'm saying? Whether when you put this shit out there, whether they want to hear it or they don't want to hear it, that's the facts of the matter. And now you are the Americans, and everybody else is not an American. Everybody else is a Chinese American, Australian American, African American. But you took it upon yourself to be the only real American. You ain't no Sweden America. You ain't no German America. And like I say, we know that you're not none of this because you're only United States citizen. You part of the U.S., man. You ain't part of America because the real Aboriginal Americans did not accept you here. And even though we had some of our trader-ass brothers who sold us out for the trinkets, or whatever to give y'all the shit that we had over here, because that's all that happened, man. All that happened is we took their trinkets, which they didn't have much to offer. They just put you, told you that you was going to be in a higher position. They said, well, when we take you in a place, you're going to be in a place, in a high place right next to us. You understand what I'm saying? And the same thing that happens everywhere, man. So, like I said, man, learning the history of this country. That's why they never want to talk about this shit, bro. They don't want us talking about none of this shit, bro. Because they know that they don't want nobody to know what the fuck happened. How the fuck do you claim to be an American when you're a European? We all know you from Europe. We seen you get off the boats in the 1900s from Ellis Island. So how the fuck 100 years later you are American? And you just see, then you bring over the Chinese, the Indians, the Africans, and you bring all these people over, and all they do is they move in these different places, where it is in South Central or North America, and basically oppress the indigenous people there. And they prop these people up to these high positions to where you find yourself working for them. So we still under subjugation, and still, like the doom devisers saying, we still conquered and under subjugation, bro.
No, we
So
absolutely is, man. And I just want to say, peace to the brother Jaguar. It's always a pleasure for the brother coming in on the panel. I think he just dropped out again, but yeah, peace to the brother.
peace, Jack.
I didn't mean to cut you off. A1, keep it
Nah,
going,
you
brother. My
good, you
bad.
good, you good, my brother. This is your thing. I just wanted to just
Nah,
touch on because
want to open the people eyes to the city of Corral because it's one of the oldest cities in the world, arguably, and definitely the oldest city in what they call the so-called New World. So it's something that we always got to keep coming back and touch on and talk about the city of Corral and how they was strong for at least 2,600 years strong, right? Long, almost four times the length that America has been colonized by Europeans. They've been four times that, right? And they did it without beef and harmony. They ain't have
you know
they
why?
ain't found the weapon yet.
You know why though, right? The only reason you're gonna beef over something if you lack resources. So basically, everything what you have to really break this down, right? We actually touched on this the other day in class, right? What is a want and what is a need? A need is something you need. A need is mostly all nourishable things, water, and basically food. That's the only need there is on the planet, and probably fire and probably shelter. Everything else is a want, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now you have in between, you have some things that are kind of in between a want and a need to make life easier or whatever, but at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? A want is some shit that you really that you know what I'm saying, it's basically accessory to something. But a need, nigga, you need to eat. Nigga, I need a bottle of water, motherfucker, or I'm gonna fucking start bugging. I don't need to smoke a cigarette. I don't need to smoke weed. I don't need to do any of the extra stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, I smoked cigarettes for 18 years. I'm 42. I smoked cigarettes for 18 years, man, in my life, man. So trust and believe, man. I used to get up in the morning time, man. Man, I need to smoke, man. Fuck this shit, shaking and shit, like real talk, shaking and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I know how it is, bro. I know how it is, man. That's why I tried to get to the point to where I limit myself from any fucking self dependent thing outside of food, fire, water, and shelter, bro. You understand what I'm saying? That's the frequency I'm trying to thrive off, and that's the three frequency I invite anyone else that is trying to really, tap into that, man. It may seem difficult, but at the end of the day, that's what we got to get back to, man. Because you know what I'm
We do.
saying? Hmm?
We do. We gotta get back to understand what frequencies we need to vibrate on and what frequencies do we not need to even be around because that's the way it affects your mind state. And we all know that when our ancestors went into our spiritual realms and did a spiritual ceremonies, they dealt with vibration, rhythm, frequency, shit that alter their mind state. right? So and it affected them in a whole nother way that really can't even be explained, man. But we know it. We know that it happened. So we gotta watch our frequency, man. Just high vibes.
Hmm. And that, even when you say that, everything is basically a frequency, man. That's the reason we got this hair on our head, and we got certain things. You know, they tell you your hair is an extension of your nervous system. And even when you look at the tarantula, or you look at certain insects, they got hair on them, and their hair is to feel the vibrations. They ain't got the same frequency identifier like we got ears, and we able to feel things through, you know what I'm saying, through our nervous system and everything. But for the most part, man, like I said, man, you gotta get back into trying to be somewhat natural, man. You know what I'm saying? You got places right now where you go drink some of this water, man. That water tastes better than you can go get you a $10 bottle of water. That shit don't taste nothing like that. That bottle of water, man. I had some water before, man. That just was like, yo, that shit quenched my thirst for real. That shit wasn't like no fucking. You got to drink all this water, man. I took a couple sips of that shit, man, and my body was like, damn, like really, like you got the water that's coming like from the top, like from the like these ice glaciers going inside the mountains and just sitting there and just coming out of freshwater springs and all that, man. Yeah, man. Like you know, like the glaciers, man. You go get a damn glacier and put that shit on the fucking truck and keep it and melt that motherfucker and see how that water tastes.
Man,
That water,
that water ain't gonna do nothing but that's gonna give you life, man. And then a lot of people don't understand how the glacier, how we use this glacier water. You know, we would go in there at the beginning of fall time, and they would jump in there in the cold when it's real cold. You know, it get cold around fall, and they would jump
hmm
in. They call it kissing the foot of the glacier, and what it do is shocks they 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 system and gets it rid of any codes before it even get there. It shocks it. It gives you the code and get rid of it almost instantly. They call it kissing the foot of the glacier. Some of my ancestors practice uh, religiously. You know what I'm saying? That's how they were able to be out in these cold weather. You know, with just a few little, you know, little shit that we had put up. You know, because it wasn't gonna be cold all year. Ain't no need for all that.
yeah.
So
But that's what I'm saying. Like, even like I said, man, it's a lot, bro. Like you taste this shit right now, where it take food almost like, man, fucking, I got a pineapple sitting on my counter, man. This shit won't get right, man. And then I had another pineapple that I ate last week that wasn't right. That shit was very acidic, man. That shit was burning my tongue. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this? This shit don't even taste like a pineapple. You know what I'm saying? So it sit, let it get ripe or whatever. But like you said, man, most of the stuff we was eating get ripe from the trees, man. You able to take that, you able to feel a tree, see whether or not it's nice and ripe, and man, take that shit and eat it, man. Now, now we got this system to where, you got import export. So, and like I said, you can't knock import export because without import export, people be starving, man. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? The food don't taste the same. None of this stuff tastes the same, bro. The tobacco ain't the same as it was. They put chemicals all in it. You know what I'm saying? I remember my grandfather used to smoke a pipe or whatever, and that shit used to smell good as hell, man. I ain't gonna front, man. That shit smell good in the motherfucker, man. Now, now with the shit they put in the cigarettes, man. I remember when I was smoking though, just real quick. My cousin he used to smoke the Indian cigarettes. I don't know if you ever seen them with the black Indian on it. It's called
yeah,
Indian something.
Indian spirit.
Exactly. He said that them are actually the best cigarettes to smoke, right? And they're easier to quit because they don't have all the chemicals in it.
Right.
But
The matter of fact, ingredient says just water and tobacco. That's what it says on the pack. So
you know, bro, I smoked one of them shits, man. That shit ain't taste nothing like no Newport, man. That's what I was smoking like the last, I want to say 6 months before I stopped smoking. That's what I was smoking, man. I was smoking them shits. And I was buying them shits from the Indian reservations or whatever. Everybody was smoking Newports. Like, man, what the fuck is this? And you know how we is, man. We real picky when it come to shit. But like you said, man, you got to know where you're going with it, man. Know the reason why we trying to get back to the natural existence, man. Because everything else, man, man, like I said, they done ruined this. They done fucked it. In 400 years, this devil done fucked this country up, man. You know what I'm saying? They fucked this country up, bro. In 400 fucking years, bro. And fucked it up. But like you said, when these motherfuckers go back where they came from, the grapes is going to be the size of your fist, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
it's a lot, bro. Uh,
I mean, I just really, this build is a good build, true, because we like to keep you touched up on the corral, which is your guys' oldest city in the world. This is here. This is our shit. This
mm-hmm.
is what we left for us. And not only that, the brother Corey Mayo also brought up the museum that we was kind of sleeping on. You know what I'm saying? But he just brought that back up a lot. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
saying? And show how
Absolutely.
diabolical and strategic that they are with getting rid of our information. Cause they ain't gonna be able to stop the flow of our people
Mm-hmm.
uprising. Now they trying to shut the information off. So
Yeah.
That shit was just a. My
I was
brother.
gonna
Go ahead.
say regarding Caral Supe, there's a good article here. It says that it's considered the cradle of civilization in the Americas. The sacred city of Caral Supe is a 5,000-year-old complex of pyramids and sunken circular courts, only just discovered in 1948. Its discovery may help to answer many questions archaeologists still have regarding the origins of Andes civilization and the development of the planet's first cities, so the world's first cities. And says to put things into perspective, the city of Caral Supe was thriving around the same time the Egyptians were building their pyramids. The
Hmm.
city's layout and architecture are a testament to Caral society's complexity as a social-political state, while artifacts found at the site, like the quipu, the same knot system the Incas later used to record information, reveal the civilization's impact on later Andean civilizations. Yeah,
Hmm. Good bill, bro. Like I said, damn, you wondering why no one is talking about this. You wonder why when you bring this up to some of these Egyptologists, they don't never respond back to you. They don't want to talk about this because the more and more they start hearing about this, the more and more they gonna have to abandon that whole Egyptian thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
it's just a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. It ruffles your feathers somewhat, man. Knowing this stuff, man. Knowing like, damn, bro. Like you don't teach this shit in school. No one knows about this shit you teaching. These fucking colleges is pseudo, man. These colleges pseudo as hell, man. How the fuck you gonna go to a pseudo intellectual facility and fucking and you swear you standing on them like you done learned something that's 100. Whether or not you going to school to be a doctor, whether or not you going to school to study law, whether or not you going to school even for nutrition, man. You know what I'm saying? You being brainwashed, bro. You go to study law. What law are you studying? You studying the law that basically that enslaved your ancestors, man. The same thing, man. I mean, listen, bro. I go to school right now, but at the end of the day, man, I be in class sometimes shaking my head, listening to this shit, man. Listen how naive these people are, man. You know what I'm saying? They naive as hell, bro. And they naive to the point where you be sitting there like, damn, this shit's sad, man. Like you motherfuckers this naive, man. God damn.
I'm like, yeah, Christopher Columbus didn't discover North America. They say, yes, he did. Christopher Columbus discovered the America. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You damn dumb African, Arab, Mexicans, whoever the fuck you is, need to start dealing with the people of this land so y'all can have a better understanding of what's really going on and what we got going on. Cause
yeah.
y'all
They're
just
scheming,
integrate
man. They're
yourself
schemers,
and then
man. They're schemers, man. They're just scheming, and they know the history. They know who they are. I mean, on their side of it,
right.
basically. You know.
And
They
they're
just
just like
scheme.
these damn honky. That's like an old saying that I originally used to say, man, that they want our ancestors' history to be the colonizers' future. So they're basing our history, our past is what they want their future to be like. Because our past was extravagant. It was magnificent. We had harmony. We had no beef. We had science. We had agriculture. We had irrigation. We had Man, we had it all. And
Everything derived
everything,
from us. Everything,
everything. And that's
bro.
what they want. They want our past, man.
It came from one of these different areas of the Americas, man. Whether it came from north, south, central, or the conjoining islands. In some places, they had similar stuff because it was passed on, man. But for the
Right.
most part, man, they didn't took everything and stole, and then they lied, man. Then they lied and tell, like I said, a lot of these Africans, they come here and tell you, oh well, just that and the third about, but in Americas, man, people you rarely hear them starving, bro. Cause Mother America gonna provide something for you.
Yeah, definitely.
So with that I'm gonna mute my
Right.
mic.
And that's just another thing, man. Like, that's another bill that I'm gonna have to put together is the swapping of passes. They swapped our past for their past, and now they implement it in our future. You see now, and that's gonna be a powerful bill, man, to show how it was in the past, and show you how everything has been switched upon us to the way we treat them from the time we met these pale skin invaders. We deal with the same thing that they're doing to us right now.
Hmm.
The
And they
only difference
proud
is
of
we didn't. The only difference is we didn't go there. They came here, so we have rights to
Yeah,
do things. They don't
they
have
yeah,
rights.
proud of they proud of
yeah,
it though. They proud. They like you said, wherever you go, it's always one of them in charge, man. They always in charge and always, what I'm saying, always working and shit. Like, and then like, man, it's just a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. Sometimes, like I said, man,
yeah,
I don't be want to know some of this shit, man, because the shit hurt, man. Especially you see them motherfuckers burning down museums and shit like at their convenience. Like, oh, let's burn this museum down today. You see, got a bunch of none of the stuff that's in the museum belong to any of our ancestors. None of it. But guess what we gonna do? We gonna go burn it down any motherfucking way.
yeah,
Nothing
yeah,
in there.
yeah,
Nothing in there belong to you. Only thing belong to you is the lunchbox. If you a security guard, that's it. Nothing else belongs to you. But you in there
Right, them
take it.
damn cigarette butts that they polluting our goddamn museum with, smoking
No.
cigarettes on the break and shit. They don't own shit, man. These motherfuckers don't own shit, man. They don't
Mhm.
own nothing. Not even their own very existence. They don't even own. And we're gonna get into that on the later bill too, man. Everything they owe to us, everything we gave birth to them, and not only them, the whole world, along with Africa, who they claim and gave birth to everything. We gave birth to Africa to be able to exist. The agriculture, the 600 foods that is sustaining the little bit of Africa now, right? Because they still starving in Ethiopia. They still haven't created or figured out the science of agriculture or irrigation. So, they're just showing you a hierarchy in science, that our people depleted on this land, man, on this planet. So, yeah, man, this is a fire bill.
No doubt, bro. I appreciate y'all brothers
Shout
bringing
out
me
to
through.
Jaguar Olmec, man. What it do, bro? Hey,
Oh, he
appreciate
ain't
you.
in here.
Huh?
Nah,
He ain't in
Jag.
here.
Oh, okay. Shout out to him then.
Yeah,
Hey,
definitely shout out
Jag.
to that.
Shout out to brother
He said
Jag.
he said
I
his
got,
phone was acting up. He said his phone was acting up, acting
yeah,
choppy in the mountains where he at.
I got
So,
the,
shout out
I got,
to brother. So,
I got the book that I was mentioning about the food crops. I got it right here on the screen. If you want
and make sure you
to hear.
send me that book too, Corey Mayo.
Huh?
I said make sure you send me that book as well
Yeah, yeah. So it's
sometime
called the
later on.
Dengue Advantage Books, the American Past, Volume 1 to 1877 by Joseph N. Collin. And it says here of 640 food crops grown in Africa today, almost 600 originated in the Americas. Manioc or tapioca, that's the cassava, also of American origin, is today a staple for 200 million people in the tropics. The white Irish potato, and they put Irish in quotes and parentheses because that's how people think. That's where people think the potato comes from, but it's American, right? A native of the Andes provides basic substance for even greater numbers from Ireland to China. Many national cuisines today depend on foods of American origin for their zest, notably the tomato and the extraordinary variety of chili peppers that have been developed from Mexican forebears. Think of Hungarian paprika of it. Okay, so yeah, that's a fact, man. You can further pursue that if you want.
Yeah, man. I already know, man. That's just good to
Feeding the
have that
world.
source.
That's what it says.
It's just
Feeding the world.
right. It's just good. We already know that, but it's a magnificent thing to have that source just to whip out when somebody be like, "Well, where did you get that from? Where is this coming from? Where's your source?" We can whip this book out and go right into detail, and not only the detail to show exactly which of the 600 vegetables came from us. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's just a powerful thing. So,
They don't want. They don't want. They don't want that. They don't. They wouldn't want that, man. They don't want to go that deep with it, because then they're gonna be like, damn.
nah, they don't want to do that, and that's what's gonna crush them. So this been a powerful bill, man. I appreciate you, brothers, coming out and dropping that flang, Corey Mayo. So if y'all want to say something before we get ready to close this great build out and leave these people with not just too much of their time and enough time for them to maybe go back over it. It ain't too long. So Chief, I'm gonna start with Chief, Corey Mayo, then work my way down to Unconscious one. Chief, you want to get ready to close out something, brother?
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, thank you for having me, man. Peace to all the great ones on the panel and all the great ones listening in, man. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all work that y'all do, the research and shit, man. It's definitely a great thing. And um, yo, man, I got like we just gonna keep plugging in, man. Gonna put in this work. I'm gonna be doing a part two of of analyzing some of the works of Professor James Smalls, and just basically
Mm,
things. So yeah, so we're gonna be going in, man. Just bringing in more research, man. Bringing in more things, man, for the people, man. So shout out to everybody, man. So we're in the building. Shout out to
man,
AP.
appreciate it, brother. So man, it's always a pleasure, brother, having you on the panel, man. You're a heavy hitter. And, it's always welcome for you to come on this panel, brother, in this platform. You already know, big bro. Corey Mayo, anything you want to say before we get out, big bro from Costa Rica, the big brother from Costa Rica.
Yeah, no, man. Just thanks for tuning in. We're always on the background building and just putting things together. And we just want this to spread. I mean, we're not just, we got our own families and our personal lives and stuff. But these are passionate brothers, and they're real. This is real, and these are the people you should be listening to, and following at least, and researching what they're saying, and trying to see what we're trying to say, so you can see for yourself and study your own history and connect your own dots.
Man, absolutely, absolutely, and then we appreciate you giving these people the extra tools, the extra guidance to be able to get this information and lead them to the truth, brother. We appreciate you, Corey Mayo. We really do. Uh, Big Bro A1, the unconscious one. I mean, what can I say, brother? I'm gonna let you close out with a few words.
No doubt, bro. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate the bill. Appreciate my brother Kurimeo, man. Definitely for bringing that information. That shit was powerful about that museum being burnt. But every time brother come through, I always learn something additional. I appreciate the energies, man, that govern this universe, man. That made it possible for us to even be on the same frequency, man. You know what I'm saying? Because this
Yeah,
is not it's not common, man, for us to all be on the same frequency. To be like, come on, man, how this shit connect like this? And like I said, sometimes I'll be looking at it like this is manifest destiny, but for the most part, we keep doing what we doing, keep on researching, keep on being. Remember, America is a crime scene, and the people that's living here, the same thing. The most of the colonizers, they are on the crime scene. They are in your
prisoners of war.
ancestors. That's right. We POWs. That's right. Was it we POWs? Was it from fucking Canada through North America, through Central, through South America, or the conjoining islands, man? Most of us, we prisoners of war, man, and we are being held under tight security under these Europeans that came here and took this land, man. So always know where you at. Keep researching, and for anybody who really you wanna hit me up, you can hit me up at Chief Atanchan. That's CHIEF Atanchan AUTOCHTHON at AOL.com. Come in peace, man. Sometime I know the content, you know what I'm saying? I'll be freestyling, but for the most part, we try to come with an excellent bill or something that's very informative for you. So, with that being said, man, shout out to the brother AP, shout out to my brother Chief Holiday, and shout out to the one and only Kurimeo. I appreciate you, brothers. Thank you.
Peace, man. And just one more announcement. Here in the next week or so, I'm gonna be putting together a matriarch panel. It's gonna be an all matriarch panel. And so for if anybody willing to come through on the panel and drop that powerful information dealing with the matriarch or the empresses, please email me at zellydadon@gmail.com. ZELLDADON at gmail.com. Like I said, it's gonna be the next couple of weeks. We're gonna have a matriarch panel. So it's gonna be fires. It's gonna be took off the roof, y'all. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get ready to close this thing out. Y'all already know, man. They try to put fear in our heart, but we don't just we just keep rocking, man. Y'all already know. We put the fear of God in these niggas, man.
That's right. Shout out to Cheap Raw.
Shout out to the brother Chief Raw, Philly legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I swear to God, I put the fear of God in these niggas. I never go back on my promise. Yeah, one thing I don't like to be honest. They gon' keep popping until I pop up. Look at them acting astonished. Claiming they trapped out of Hondas. They must was living in Disneyland. I was uptown with problems. Stuck on the